So I noticed that most of my videos have been kind of like criticizing stuff, so I was like, why don't I just talk about something I like? And yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing today. To top it off, we're talking about Duality, which is, in my opinion, the best Destiny 2 dungeon they've ever released, and honestly, probably the best one they'll ever release, like, forever. Like, I don't think they can top this. Because not only does it have really great encounters, like, all of them are just fantastic. Like, there's none that I just don't like. The transitions are actually just like not half a year. They don't take my entire lifespan. Looking at you, Ghost of the Deep. Fuck you. But let's kind of dive into the encounters and how like the mechanic of the dungeon works. Because usually when a dungeon comes out, they usually carry the one mechanic throughout the dungeon and use it in different ways. Yeah, and then in this time it's the bell, and the most unique dungeon mechanic, by the way. Usually dungeons kind of borrow from other places. Duality takes like it's completely new mechanic. Like this has never been done before. It's crazy how Duality has been able to do this. Cause I mean, like most dungeons are either like pick up a buff, dunk it, or it's usually along those lines. Here, not really. You dunk flags, but that's kind of like that's half the mechanic. The other mechanic is managing your bell, managing how long you spend in the Nightmare Realm. It's just great. I will say though, there are still bugs, and that's why a lot of people still don't like Duality, just because there were so many bugs during launch, and there's still a few today where the bell can just kill you. So, just want to point that out before I don't want to like avoid that point. But enough about the bell. We're gonna talk about the atmosphere, because goddamn, I think Duality nails the atmosphere. I just want to I'll let you guys listen to this. Actual chills. It actually feels like I'm kind of diving into Callus's mind, and I'm like, should I be here, or like how afraid should I be? How dangerous is it here? And you can just hear like the chains kind of rattling around you. You hear like this, I don't know, like opera, not opera. I don't know how to describe it, but you hear the oh, in the background. And the little thing that goes a long way about this too is when you're transitioning throughout the dungeon, you can open your ghosts, and usually it just tells you your objective. It's like, find a way, go through there, just some generic thing. But this one has flavor text, and the flavor text is kind of giving you like a glimpse of inside of Callus's mind, which just builds on the atmosphere so much. I'll even read out a few that were just really my favorites, honestly. Cut it away, a knife through memory's flesh. Peel back what I was and replace it with scalding gold. I do not want this. I do not want this. I do not want this. I should have killed every member of the Old Guard when I had the chance. Mercy was my greatest failing, and they used Mercy's edge to cut me down to my knees. For once in my life I do not feel shame. I feel the cares of 1,000 hands. Hear the comforting hush of 1,000 voices. Do not be afraid, it whispers. We are your salvation. Yes, please, save me from myself. Man, I just love those lines. They really add to the dungeon, and even Callus himself, because we're kind of just going through his head, right? We're going through, like, his biggest regrets. Like, the first encounter is Galron, He thought he was out playing Savathun by just, inbreeding a special cabal. Nope, fell right into her hands, and it just messed him up, right? He had to call the Guardians to help out. And then second counter comes along, the whole goal is to open the vault, and he's just screaming at you like, no, don't open it. That's where like my biggest, regret is, don't go in there. And then when we actually open it and go in there, we find out that his biggest regret is his daughter, the one who, orchestrated a coup against him and exiled him. And, he kind of lost her through that. He can't really live with himself. And then like the witness just comes when he's at his lowest and, offers him like, hey man, I can offer you salvation, bro. I can help you. And then yeah, that's where we kind of see him. It kind of sucks because in Lightfall they ruined his character completely, but at least we still have Duality in the game to kind of see the sparks of Callus. I think that wraps it up in terms of like story and atmosphere. I just want to quickly mention the solo flawless for this dungeon is top notch. Like, it is an experience you need to experience in Destiny 2. Oh my god. It is like go, 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 and there's like a nice flow to it. You're never bored, you're never not doing anything, there's always something to do. In some dungeons, you're just like, oh, gotta run over there, gotta do that. You know, like Spire of the Watcher is pretty bad with that. The first encounter is pretty sleeper. You're just running around. You're not even killing anything. But this dungeon, it's like go 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 boom 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 boom. Encounter, mechanic, boom, bell. Oh shoot, gotta go out of nightmare. Gotta be fast. Oh, boss is coming to me. Better be careful. It's just amazing. I mean, even the actual like 3-player experience too is just fun. Is we've all had those moments where two of you are standing at the bell and the timer's about to run out, and your teammate's like, wait, don't shoot it, I'm almost there. And it's like, brother, I'm sorry, we have to go. And then you have to leave him and he dies. Oh, we've all had those moments, but it's a very fun dungeon. If you haven't done it, I highly recommend. I mean, Duality even kind of solves the problem we're having with more recent dungeons, where the final boss just has so much health. Like, I think the Ghost of the Deep boss has, like, more health than Nezarec, which is crazy. That should not be a thing. Maybe if it was an outdoor raid, yeah, but like a recent raid, that is insane. So what Duality does to compensate for that is during a damage phase, they have you attack her 3 times into a single damage phase instead of just the one time, and it just feels better. Like I'd really I wish they would do this more, where it's a lot more dynamic, a lot more like you feel like, because you have to chase her around. Like, she doesn't always, there's like a left, middle, right. And it's random which one she goes to, so you gotta be on the dot. You have to kill the Bellkeepers to even stun her. So you gotta be on the move, and it just feels like for like a more better and just more interactive dungeon, I guess. And of course, there's still the loot, which is pretty good in this dungeon. There's the Void SMG Unforgiven, still a really solid SMG, especially for a Void one. There's not many Void SMGs, so pretty good one. Storm Chaser was a pretty good linear. If you don't have like any of like the raid, like the Val one, or I'm trying to think, the Ron one's pretty good for other dungeons as well. But if you don't have a good one, Storm Chaser is still really good. Not to mention, I believe this is still the best Artifice armor farm you can do in this dungeon, just farming Keitel. So, you know, if you ever need Artifice armor, I think they did nerf it though, so like they nerfed Artifice armor in general, but if you're still like going for Artifice armor, yeah, go for it. This is the dungeon to do it in. And I think that's pretty much it. I didn't really break down the encounters. I was going to, but I didn't really know how to like describe it in an interesting way, so I just said screw it, I'll just talk about everything else I like. But the mechanic is really fun, like the bells and stuff. But yeah, here's to hoping the next dungeon, which comes out December 1st, I believe, is good. I hope it's not another stinker like Spire and Ghost, but crossing fingers. I do want to mention though, I will be streaming the launch of the new season, which is November 28th at 1 PM Eastern. I'll be streaming that, and I'll also be streaming the new dungeon, which is December 1st, 1 PM as well, Eastern. So if you're curious and want to come hang out, I guess you can come hang out, watch me figure out what the new dungeon is. But I also wanted to thank everyone who like made the last video blow up. Like, what the hell was that? How did I woke up one morning and I was like, oh, it's just casually at like 13,000 views. I'm like, what? Wait, what? Wait, what? And then like it kept growing, and I was like, what the hell? So I just want to thank everyone. We went from literally my last video before that was like a short, just like, oh, we got 100 subs, yay! Meanwhile, we're like 460 now? What the? You guys are insane. Thank you so much. And off that high note, I think I'm just going to end off the video. So, thanks for watching. Peace.